McLean, a lot of those were just some little broken bat flares here and there, but you got games like that every now and then.
Dexter Fowler, switch hitter, batting right-handed against Mahalam.
With Paul's numbers, in his 7 starts, been throwing a lot of strikes. You see 14 walks, but 5 of those came in just one game. That was up in Wisconsin against the Brewers.
2-1 to Dexter Fowler. Fowler was the surprise of spring training for Colorado. They were thinking he might stay one more year in AAA, at least to start the year. Freddie Sanchez throws him out. Defensively, behind Paul Mahalam, we start in the outfield. Nigel Morgan is in left field. Nate McLaughlin center. Craig Monroe, a big right-handed bat in the lineup in right field tonight. The LaRoches on the corners. Jack Wilson at shortstop. Freddie Sanchez at second base. And Robertson Diaz again behind the plate. Getting that right-handed bat in there against De La Rosa. Speaking of right-handed bats, Craig Monroe getting a start. Monroe has pretty much just pinch hit the last week and a half, almost 2 weeks. He did have a start against St. Louis on the last road trip. It was early. And back in there in the starting lineup again tonight.
We haven't seen a whole lot of left-handed pitching this season, which would give Monroe a better opportunity to get some starts.
Troy Tulowitzki rips a base hit. Tulowitzki out of Long Beach State.
This is the first day back after a couple of days off. Didn't he get hit in the elbow with a pitch?
And a couple of days ago, he got hit in the elbow, made his fingers numb. So he sat out yesterday's game against Houston.
The funny bone.
He hit the funny bone. Exactly.
That's never very funny, though. That's
no.
a bad name.
Well, manager Clint Hurdle said that if it was a playoff game, Troy would have played yesterday, but because it's May, they didn't want to take any chances, gave him a day off. Now Todd Helton with Tulowitzki on the run. The throw down by Diaz. He throws it in the dirt. He's trying to hang on to it and lost the grip. So Tulowitzki thieves second base after a base hit.
Tulowitzki, a running start. Paul never paid him any attention at all. Didn't look at him at all.
His third.
No reason for Diaz to throw. And he didn't. Didn't have the baseball.
So stolen base number 3 for Tulowitzki, and Helton takes outside. Todd Helton having a bit of a resurgence. Last couple of years he's struggled with injuries, lower back injuries. Slowed him down quite a bit, and his manager Clint Hurdle has had faith in him and keeps him out there every day he wants to play. 2-0 pitch is hit high in the air to left field. Nigel Morgan battling the sun. He'll make the catch. 2 men are out. Troy Tulowitzki took one off the elbow. Ouch. Right on the funny bone. And again, his fingers went numb after that. So.
And I didn't see him laughing. I didn't see him laughing either.
There's nothing funny about that funny bone. I think that's just a play on words.
Who named it that?
Somebody with a bad sense of humor.
Yes.
Garrett Atkins has been struggling lately. However, he hits very well against Paul Mahalam. 6 out of 9 in his career. Takes strike 1. Atkins, an uncharacteristic 198.
Hard hit 198 player home games.
Well, that's a myth now. Well, I take that back.
It's got to be a good hitter's ball.
Big outfield. That's why it's a hitter's ballpark. But
a lot of acreage for that ball to land in.
There is. 0-1 pitch. That's outside. I asked Tony Gwynn one time, what's the ballpark you'd like to hit in? You think you could hit 400 in if you were an active player today? Without hesitation, he said Coors Field. But it's not because of the altitude. They've evened that out because the balls are kept in a humidor now.
Yeah, that'd be now if he said, where do you think you could hit 50 home runs if he said Coors Field? That wouldn't make a lot of sense. But yeah, that's a giant outfield. And you only have 3 guys to cover all that space out there, and that makes it a better hitter's ballpark.
And we'll be out there in June next month. And we'll be there again in August. 2 trips. It's the National League Western opponent that the Pirates will visit twice this year.
I don't mind going there twice. It's a beautiful place, as you well know.
I'll sneak in some fishing, I think, on one of those trips. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 down. Tulowitzki, a base hit, stolen base. He's at second base. Garrett Atkins at the plate with Brad Hopp on deck. Mahalam's 3-1 pitch is on the ground to LaRoche. And brother Adam digs it out of the dirt. No score. Pirates coming to bat next. LaRoche and the Rockies brought to you by PNC. Niger Morgan, a .311 average leading off. Sanchez in the second spot. Nate McLaughlin, Craig Monroe in the cleanup spot. In 6 starts this year, he's driven in 10 runs. Adam LaRoche moves back a spot to 5 over to Diaz, Andy LaRoche, Jack Wilson, and Paul Mahalam batting 9. Mahalam homered in his last start in New York over the weekend.
Take a look at De La Rosa's numbers. He's a guy that can be a little hard to figure out at times. 6 starts. They've only won 1 of his 6 starts so far, despite some pretty good outings. The last outing, a lot of strikeouts, really flagged the fish. They lost that game, though. And, man, does he shut down your left-handers. Lefties don't hit him.
Left-handers hitting 114 against Jorge De La Rosa. That's the second best average against in baseball. Randy Wolf of the Los Angeles Dodgers has left-handers hitting .095 against him. De La Rosa's only given up 4 hits against left-handers this year. So Niger Morgan looking to change that as he takes high and inside. You mentioned the strikeouts against the Florida Marlins, Bob. He hit 12, which is a career high for him and a Rockies single game record for a left-handed pitcher. In fact, he's the only lefty in club history to strike out 10 or more in a game on 2 different occasions. And when you figure you've got a guy like Jeff Francis on your roster, Francis, of course, getting his shoulder fixed, but he has great praise for De La Rosa. Morgan lifts this one out to left field. Ryan Spilborghs makes the catch, 1 down. Well, Niger Morgan likes to entertain and likes to get up for a game. There's a little dance, dancing with the stars, dancing with the Bucks, and maybe he'll dance with some unlikely dance partners. That's pitching coach Joe Kerrigan, who got a chest bump tonight.
That was a pretty good bump too. He lost the hat.
Yeah, he might need a massage after that. Maybe see a chiropractor. Freddie Sanchez takes ball 1. Yeah, Joe, good sense of humor. You know what Joe liked? Joe's good at trivia.
Yes, I know that.
He's good. He and I sat down one day in January, and he's surprisingly good. Not that he wouldn't be good, but I mean, he's real good at it. 1-1 to Freddie Sanchez. Freddie 3 out of 4 last night against St. Louis. And he hits this one down the right field side. Hope someone's got a glove.
Oh, just missed it. They had a glove up, too. It was a close one.
409 against the Rockies. Third highest batting average all time against Colorado. Miguel Cabrera and Robin Ventura ahead of him. Cabrera with a 417 average, Ventura 410 average. Speaking of these numbers, highest batting average against the Rockies from Barrel Automotive. Wally Joyner right behind Freddie Sanchez. Matt Stairs also on that list. And strike three is called in the outside corner. Jorge De La Rosa with strikeout number one.
Just a little backdoor breaking ball came over the outside corner. Freddie, it's tough to ever get him to take a strike three. He loves to swing at just about everything. It's unusual for him to have that happen.
Let's check out Bob's keys to the game, brought to you by A&L Motors.
Well, Monroe moment. He's hitting cleanup, and he's a right-handed hitter. Lefties don't touch De La Rosa, so we're going to need Monroe to come through big this afternoon, I believe.
Helton to De La Rosa, and the Bucks are gone in order in the first inning. Through one at PNC Park, no score. President of the Miracle League, Mike Sherry, and Dick Hadley of Cranberry Township overseeing the final preparations. The official dedication of the Pirates Charities Miracle League field at Dick's Sporting Goods Sportsplex, Graham Park, is tomorrow, 11 a.m. About 140 kids are already signed up. And you can still register and get more information at www.mlswpa.com. Freddie Sanchez, Bob Nutting, Frank Coonley, they've all been big supporters. They'll be on hand tomorrow. Yours truly, Steve Blass, Greg Brown will be there as well tomorrow. Looking forward to the dedication of the Miracle League field in Cranberry. That's going to be quite an event, I think. And from everything we've heard and seen, especially get a look at that video, it's going to be quite a complex. Here's Brad Hopp, right fielder for Colorado. Ryan Spilborghs and Chris Iannetta to follow. And Hopp takes a breaking ball strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Hopp. Hopp has been one of the Rockies who has been hitting the ball well lately. 357 is average. 28 runs batted in to go along with 5 home runs. 1-2 hit in the air to left, and that's going to drop in front of Morgan for a base hit. Leadoff single for Hopp.
Continues to hit the ball well. That last key I didn't quite get to. The A&L Motors keys was that was about Mulholland righting the ship, and the whole thing about righting the ship is he needs to improve his numbers a little bit against right-hand hitters this year. I think that might be nitpicking a little bit because Paul has pitched much better than his ERA would suggest. But I would say if there was a a flaw that he needs to work on, that would probably be it. And this Rocky team, they've got some pretty good right-hand hitters that he's going to have to deal with.
Tulowitzki being one of them. Atkins, Hop. Here's Spilborghs. Nothing in one to Spilborghs. This one down to third. Andy LaRoche quickly to second for one. The turn not in time, but they got the lead runner and keep the force play in order in the infield. One down.
And not really a double play ball. It wasn't hit all that hard. And it's taking LaRoche toward the foul line. He got rid of it real quick, but really wasn't on target to second. You watch Freddie, he's having to reach down and away toward the shortstop position to make the catch, and so he's not in a good position to make the throw to first base. But not a double play ball anyway. That would have been an awesome two to get.
Chris Iannetta, the catcher, caught for Team USA at the World Baseball Classic. Spilborghs at first base. Spilborghs can run a little bit. Ball one delivered to Iannetta. 241 is average. It's 227 against the Pirates. 5 hits and 22 at bats. Mahalam's pitch. Strike one.
Mahalam, you would think after Tulowitzki took off early on him, he's going to be watching those runners over at first base a little more closely. There comes a quick throw. Mahalam is great at controlling the running game. He has a fantastic move. He varies his leg kicks to the plate, but can still throw quality pitches while doing that, which is kind of a rarity, a tough thing to do. But Tulowitzki just caught him napping, I think, in that first inning and took off early on him, and Paul never gave him a thought.
Well, Mahalam's got to keep an eye on Spilborghs. He's the guy at first. Iannetta at the plate. Clint Barnes on deck. And this one is pretty well hit to left field. On the run, Niger Morgan at the track. He makes the catch. And Spilborghs will have to retreat from second back to first base. Niger doesn't always take the preferred route to the baseball, but he usually gets there.
You know, that ball I think had some funny spin or something coming off the bat. Maybe it's off the end. You know, most of the time this ball is going to hook and move away from the left fielder, but right there at the end, there's that change of direction I think you were talking about, Tim, where Niger had to actually move back and reach over his shoulder to make that catch. It wasn't spinning like the ball normally does coming off that left-hand hitter's bat. Most of the time the spin, whether it's a lefty or a righty, if you're playing left field or right field, the ball's always going to go toward the line.
Clint Barnes, second baseman, was originally the Rockies shortstop until Troy Tulowitzki came on the scene. He played a lot of shortstop when Troy Tulowitzki was injured during his time out there. Clint Barnes has spent some time on the DL over the past couple of years, but last year and a half has been very strong. 1 ball and 1 strike to Barmes. Barmes is a guy who thought he was going to be a basketball player at Indiana State. And played baseball for fun, realized he was actually pretty good at it. And the big leagues. 1-1 the count to Clint Barmes, Rockies' second baseman.
We've got a number of good basketball players that went baseball and vice versa. Those two sports seem to interchange a little easier than just about any other ones. See that a lot. A lot of good basketball players. I remember when I was first playing minor leagues, a very young kid with the Phillies. We had a
Barmes hits this one
foul.
a long way,
Get
and that's
foul.
12 foul.
But I can remember him coming late to spring training because he was in the NCAA playoffs, and we'd sit there and watch the games and root for him. But there was always a lot of very good basketball players coming up in the minor leagues. Stay at those complexes, apartment complexes, and there was always a hoop around them. And have some pretty nice games out there.
This one's to right, and that one's going to hook out of play. We talk about basketball players. There's also a pretty darn good football player who's on the Rockies roster. Todd Helton played quarterback at the University of Tennessee.
Yeah, they were playing his song before the game.
Yeah, they play Rocky Top here every day. I don't know why, but I think he's happy to hear that. He makes his teammates wear Tennessee underjerseys. You know, they wear a black shirt with an orange tee on it. But he was a quarterback at Tennessee until a guy named Peyton Manning came along. Then Todd didn't see too much time. There goes the runner. Inside corner called. Strike three. And Barmes is punched out. So no runs, a hit, and a man left after an inning and a half, no score. And the Pirate fans still displaying the best defense in the National League. Russell looking on with Joe Kerrigan. Craig Monroe steps to the plate for the first time tonight against Jorge De La Rosa. And Monroe takes the first pitch and fouls it away.
Monroe doesn't really have much of a track record with De La Rosa. I believe it's 7 at bats, but already got a couple of doubles, a home run, and 5 RBIs. Another reason I'm got my fingers crossed that he's going to have a big night.
0-2.
The other side of the coin, he's also already been struck out 3 times by De La Rosa, so it's been a feast or famine.
Monroe's looking for a big night, and John Russell's looking for a big night out of him. The best game he's had was against the Atlanta Braves on a Saturday here, where he hit 2 home runs in the same game. Drove in 6, and he swings and strikes out for the 4th time in his career against Jorge De La Rosa. 1 down in the 2nd. Let's open up tonight's Geico quote book. It is John Russell, the manager, talking about the next 2 series. Our hitting is getting better. Our starting pitching's been good all along, and our bullpen is getting back on track. If we keep those things going, we've got a pretty good opportunity here. It's our Geico quote for tonight.
Well, you know, if you're one of those glasses half full type people, which we all try to be, you look at that month of April and do they know how to pitch and throw strikes and, you know, work the plate and all that sort of stuff? Yeah, they proved it. Month of April, they did it constantly. They had quality at bats, played good defense. You know, the bullpen was only having to pitch a couple of innings every night. They were clicking.
LaRoche, base hit to right.
So basically, he did it for a whole month. You should believe that that is more what we're going to see for the entire year than bad 10 days that we had.
Well, Adam LaRoche, only the 5th hit from a left-handed batter this season off Jorge De La Rosa.
Southwest Field Cam gave you that look from behind the plate.
Now Robinson Diaz. Don't blink, you might miss his at bat.
Yeah, he's I was talking to Stan Savran about our 2 catchers, and Diaz, I would think after a couple more weeks, if he continues to get this much playing time, is going to see pitchers really start playing with him early in the count.
Barmas giving it a run, and Clint Barmas makes the catch to retire Robinson Diaz.
They're going to stop coming at him with hard stuff for strikes. It'd be, change ups, hard sliders, just, out of the zone down and start him off. Nobody will want to throw him a strike because they'll just be thinking, hey, let him get himself out. He'll chase something down on first pitch. So then Robinson is going to have to make an adjustment and start showing a little patience.
Here's Ryan Domit, still patiently watching after recovering from right wrist surgery. And Andy LaRoche to the gap. Adam LaRoche is going to head for third base. Andy for second. The throw behind the runner is there in plenty of time, and Andy LaRoche gets run out of the inning. He was out by a long way. We're through 2 innings, scoreless at PNC Park.
Racking it into the gap, but it was cut off, and this play was in front of him. I'm wondering if Andy was wrongly assuming that throw was going to go to the plate with 2 outs, and he thought he could just cruise in to second on the throw home.
Sometimes you win those, sometimes you lose those, but a good example of defense and how to throw behind a runner. Throwing behind the base runner Adam LaRoche, who was going to third. And Andy trying to take second base. Jorge De La Rosa, 1 ball, 1 strike against Paul Maholm. De La Rosa hits this one to center. Here's Nate McLouth. 1 down. Again, we saw Robinson Diaz a little bit aggressive on the base paths yesterday, and Andy pretty aggressive here. Thought he could sneak in for 2.
The ball was definitely there for quite some time waiting on him. I don't think that in his mind he thought he was going to beat the throw, but he thought the throw was going to go somewhere else.
Dexter Fowler is 0 for 1. 1 ball and no strikes to Fowler. Fowler has 10 stolen bases on the year. He's been caught twice. And he swings and ropes this one to left field. Nyjer Morgan playing in the gap, hauls it in. If Nyjer is playing where a traditional left fielder would play, he would have had to make a running catch, or that might have dropped in.
I think it's even a base hit. I don't think he gets there, but he pinches off the gap constantly. That's the way the Pirates have it set up. What did he take there? About maybe 5 steps to make that catch?
I talked to Nate McLouth about that yesterday in the clubhouse before the game. And I said, tell me about where Nyjer's playing. He says, you like that, huh? He goes, we're just taking gap doubles away. You're going to get one down the line anyway, they figure, if you hit one sharply down the third base or left field line. So they'll concede that, but there aren't a lot of doubles available in that outfield. This might be one of them as Tulowitzki hits one off the wall. Tulowitzki's going to pull in with the double. That's one of the only ways you're going to get a double from center field over is by hitting it over somebody's head. Tulowitzki now 2 for 2.
Well, some of these right-hand hitters are getting some good swings tonight off Paul. Tulowitzki driving it hard to the Heinz sign. You know, Tim, another thing about our own home ballpark. One of those gaps is 410 feet, so it's not that you're cutting away doubles. You might be cutting triples down.
Exactly.
Guys with speed hit it to the 410 gap. There's a good chance to go to third.
Todd Helton flied out to Nyjer Morgan in left field first time up. A lot of discussion about Todd Helton's salary the last several years. He had a terrific go of it last time he went around for his contract and broke the bank. This year he'll make $16.6 million. And over the last few years, again, has battled injury, and he has seen his RBIs and home runs drop off dramatically in recent years. He is just 3 hits away from 2,000 in his career. 1,997 hits currently. Strike is called.
I can remember when he first came up, sitting up in this booth thinking, how could they possibly get rid of Galarraga? I mean, who made that decision? Are you kidding me? And then after seeing Helton play about 2 games, I'm like, boy, did they make a great move. Not that Galarraga is not a fantastic player. Always was, always has been. But Helton was just something else when he first came up. He very athletic, as you were mentioning before, a quarterback, Tennessee.
3-1 pitch. Foul on the play.
They definitely knew what they had in Helton.
Yeah. And there's a discussion about him being perhaps around the country the best player that nobody talks about much, except in Colorado. They throw out the Hall of Fame discussion when they talk about Todd Helton, but he played at a time when the Rockies would lose games 14-12. I mean, they were producing runs at an uncommon pace. 3-2 pitch. This one's right back toward Mahalam. Jack Wilson bobbles it, and Helton will be safe at first base.
Couldn't quite hear how they scored it. Gave him a hit. What's that? 1 away now. There's the bouncer up the middle. Jack over and just couldn't find the handle on it. $1,999.
No, 2 more. 2 away.
He needs 2 more now.
2 more. When you start with 1997, you go to 1998.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Craig Monroe makes the catch. And the Rockies strand 2 runners. Paul Mahalam and the Bucks coming up in the bottom of the 3rd.
Day Automotive. We're going to make your day. And by Levin Furniture, home of the luxury Stearns and Foster mattress.
Gorgeous night downtown. Pirates trolling for a win here in game 1 of 3 against the Colorado Rockies. Jorge De La Rosa, first pitch to Jack Wilson. Hit down the left field line. Ryan Spilborgh's racing over the wall. He reaches up and he takes one away. Highway robbery. Ryan Spilborghs robs Jack Wilson of a home run.
One of the things they did when they put this ballpark together was make that left field wall where a left fielder can easily bring back a home run. That was out. Very short part of the ballpark right there. I think it's a 325 down the line. De La Rosa's a fan of that catch.
You gotta be. Ryan Spilborghs. The well-earned smile. That's one you just have to tip your cap. Say, way to go. Paul Maholm grounds to Tulowitzki, and there are quickly 2 down. Our Day Automotive, this day in baseball history, May 15th, 1941. It was the first hit of 56 games straight where Joe DiMaggio got a hit. Day 1 of his 56-game hitting streak, May 15th, 1941. That's our day in baseball history, thanks to Day Automotive. Longest one this year so far, Ryan Zimmerman snapped at 30 games. Andrew Morgan with 2 outs. Takes low.
We'll be heading into D.C. We'll see Zimmerman. Hopefully he's cooled off quite a bit. That's a pretty impressive streak, you think about it, 30 games. Not too many of them get up that high.
I mean, I don't even think you've broadcast 30 straight games.
No, never.
You haven't.
No.
Parrott stepped up his act tonight. He's wearing the alternate jersey. Morgan takes a strike, 2-1.
I would have had a shot at it looking at our schedule there. Except we got bumped the other night. They got me. Broke my streak.
2 balls and a strike. And Morgan, watch out. Hot shot. Caroms all the way back into right field. 56 straight games. Something that is phenomenal to think about. And again, we marvel at guys who hit 20 straight games, 30 straight games.
DiMaggio, I'm thinking about that. After it ended, then he started a new one.
He did.
Fairly long.
He did.
Right
Strike
after
3.
that.
Morgan is out. And we'll head to the 4th when we come back to PNC Park.
the roof.
Well, choking up. Going to take 2, hit to right.
It's out on the street tonight.
Brad Hopp singled his last time up, 1 for 1. Rockies right fielder takes this one down the left field line, and that one will hook foul.
There's a nice example of what we're talking about, the way the ball moves. Anytime a ball is hit like that, you always expect it to go toward the line. That one probably sliced to, I don't know, Tim, what do you think, 30, 40 feet as it got into deep foul territory.
It's probably a -7 horizontal break.
Yeah. Should have checked the board.
1-1 to Hopp inside. Now Hopp traditionally has struggled against left-handed pitching. Well, he's found a cure for that. 2-1. Down to Wilson. And there is one down. Let's take a look at tonight's Aflac trivia question. Good question tonight. When was the last time 2 different Pirates led the National League in doubles in consecutive seasons? Think about it. It wasn't all that long ago. Last time 2 different Pirates led the National League in doubles in consecutive seasons. And I'll give you a hint. It's not Freddie Sanchez part of the answer, but he is atop the doubles list in the National League with 14 doubles.
And Freddie, I think, is the last Pirate to lead the league in doubles. The year he won the batting title, if I'm remembering this correct. He won the batting title.
Ryan Spilborghs takes outside, 1-1.
Won the doubles title.
Orlando Hudson right there with him. Two and 1 to Ryan Spilborghs. Reached on a fielder's choice in the second inning and was stranded. Took the home run away from Jack Wilson. Andy LaRoche. And Spilborghs is out, 2 away. Chris Iannetta will be the hitter for the Rockies. Iannetta hit one a long way foul. In fact, a few of the Rockies already have hooked a few balls deep to left field.
Yeah, look at this lineup. The Rockies have some home runs there. Fowler has a couple at the top of the lineup as a leadoff man. And he's a low man in the lineup. Iannetta has 7.
One ball, no strike pitch from Paul Maholm. Iannetta takes it for a ball, 2-0. Tonight's leader stat update on our Fox Box brought to you by Firestone. Most innings pitched at home without a home run. Josh Johnson of Florida, 30. Wandy Rodriguez of Houston. And Paul Maholm, 20 1/3. And trying to climb that total. 3rd on the list. Fewest home runs allowed at home. Most innings pitched without a homer. And Iannetta.
Well, this place was
pitched
at
the 3-0 pitch.
This place was built with left-hand pitching in mind, and Paul, he's learned to take advantage of it. You can see, you look out toward left field, huge expanse. So when you make those mistakes, those right-hand hitters, if you have a fast left fielder, he can run them down for you.
That one's ripped down the line and left. That'll be an extra base for Iannetta. Roger Morgan plays the carom, gets it into Wilson, and Iannetta has a double, his 4th double of the season. That one was pounded inside the third base bag.
And that one was hit very hard. There have been some balls tonight hit hard off Paul. But anytime a new ballpark opens up, you look at it and you think, okay, this is what it's going to play like. This is who it favors. As soon as we got our look at the dimensions here, we thought right away, oh, boy, left-handed starting pitching, it's going to do very well in this ballpark.
Clint Barnes, right-handed hitting second baseman, struck out looking in the second inning, and he starts this at bat the same way his last one ended, by taking a strike. 1 pitch is foul. Did he get off his phone to catch that ball, or did the guy stay on the phone and caught the ball?
No, he stayed on the phone. You can't hang up on somebody just because a baseball's coming.
I think he was calling somebody to say, hey, look, a foul ball screaming over here. Yeah, he's right behind the woman who caught it. 0-2. Andy LaRoche will call off Diaz. And the half inning comes to an end through 3.5. Still scoreless in downtown.
Pitcher and a pitching coach. Now you make a little eye contact. You point to that front shoulder. What he is telling Mulholland is, watch your front shoulder. It's starting to fly open. And now once they get in the dugout, they can go into it a little more detail. And of course, Joe is checking over that chart, talking about who's going to be coming up, or maybe even talking about an at-bat that just happened that inning. He is very hands-on during the game with his pitchers, even when they're out on the mound. I mean, he's up there. You saw him. He's on the front step trying to make eye contact. And when you saw him point to that left shoulder, that's kind of an age-old sign. All pitchers recognize that. I wish I had a nickel for every time a catcher or pitching coach looked at me and pointed to my shoulder. You're one of the toughest things for a pitcher not to do is fly open early with that left shoulder. If you're a right-hander, or the other shoulder if you're a lefty, they fly open, you start falling off. And they're always telling you, especially catchers, they're always telling you, close up, stay closed.
Sanchez, a ball and 2 strikes. Jorge De La Rosa gets a sign from Iannetta, the 1-2. This one is cued foul. Well, I'm sure if they were offering a nickel, you'd have intentionally had your shoulder flying open often.
It flew open so often you would have thought it was intentional.
You would have sent the bucket around for the collection after the game.
I got to the point, though, after a while, I would just say, everybody in the ballpark, including myself, knows I'm flying open. I need to know how to stop. That would be helpful.
Sanchez strikes out for the 2nd time in the ball game. Nate McLouth coming to the plate tomorrow night. Rockies are here for game 2, and it is Nate McLouth All-Star Bobblehead Night. All fans in attendance get a Nate McLouth 2008 All-Star Bobblehead. One says yes, and one says no. Right? Yes, there it is. It's also an Eaton Park Scratch and Win Night. All fans receive a scratch card good for prizes from Eaton Park. Call 1-800-BUY-BUCKS for tickets or visit Pirates.com. Some of those prizes may include a Nate McLouth game jersey. So make sure you're out here. Everybody's a winner on a Saturday night at PNC Park. One down, no balls, one strike. De La Rosa delivers to McLeod. Breaking ball, rolled to the right side. Clint Farmers will handle it. And there are 2 outs. We'll give you our Aflac trivia question in the top of the 4th inning.
We'll get the duck back. I want to know the answer.
All right, comes the duck.
My guess is his ex-teammates, but it could be a number of them.
Well, you're probably right. When was the last time 2 different Pirates led the National League in doubles in consecutive seasons? Would have been 1991 and 1992. Bobby Bonilla and Andy Van Slyke. Craig Monroe with 2 outs at the plate. Nate had all those doubles last year. McLeod with only 4 doubles this year. And a slow start in that category.
He didn't get his first double until May. Do you remember the first double?
In New York, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was the fly ball that nobody caught.
That's right.
That was his first double.
They hit a fly ball to center field. They played it, I don't want it, you take it. And he kept running, and he ended up at second base.
Landed out there at their feet. Nobody, lack of communication, something. Who knows what happened. That got Nate his first double.
Monroe, that's down the line. Speaking of doubles, and Craig Monroe will walk into second base with a 2-out double. He got that bat head out in front and really got good wood on the baseball. Second time he's hit a 2-base hit.
He drives it hard just inside the bag, and you know you love the way he plays. Look at him, he drops his head and just starts sprinting right away. You never know with that corner down there. Yeah, it could take a funny hop. The angle of that outfield fence is such that it can go whipping around. You might have a chance to get 3 if you're going hard out of the box.
Adam LaRoche fouls the first pitch away. Yeah, when you look at that outfield wall, it's padding down to the final 6 inches or so where it becomes concrete.
And the way it's angled, if the left fielder goes over there and misses it and it gets by him, it's going to hit and just go flying around the bottom of the fence. It'll end up out there by that FSN sign.
0-1 to LaRoche. Way outside, that goes to the backstop, and down to third goes Craig Monroe. A wild pitch for Jorge De La Rosa.
But I've seen Monroe a number of times in situations where a lot of guys would back off. He never backs off. There you see the ball that's not blocked.
See, Craig Monroe recognized that pretty quickly and had an easy jog down to third. Well, go ahead run 90 feet away. Adam LaRoche, a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Adam 1 for 1 tonight. Base hit in his first at bat. Two and 1 to LaRoche.
Earlier this year, Monroe was playing left field. Shallow fly ball with a man at third. And the guy was tagging, but he didn't go because it was very, very shallow. Most left fielders were just kind of casually tossed it into the cutoff guy. He threw a bullet right to Andy, where Andy was like looking at him like
he wasn't going.
What are you doing? Yeah.
LaRoche is swinging a miss, count even 2-2.
But that's and at the time I think the score was one way or the other out of hand. I don't really remember what it was, but I mean that's just the way it is. He plays every moment he's out there. You know, like it could be the last. Like you wish everybody would play like that. It's going hard.
A big pitch for Adam LaRoche here. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Jorge De La Rosa digging in, and Craig Monroe at third. De La Rosa is a good strikeout pitcher. And Adam pops this one out of play. Again, 12 strikeouts his last time out against the Florida Marlins. Most ever by a Rockies left-hander. He's the only Rockies left-handed pitcher to have 2 outings of 10+ strikeouts, and considering that he's only been with this team since April 30th of last year. This is his 4th organization.
Yeah, we've seen him with Milwaukee a couple of times. Came out of the bullpen a lot when he was a Brewer.
He was in the minor leagues with Boston. also with Kansas City. Count full, 3-2. Robinson Diaz hoping for an opportunity here. See what Adam can do with a 3-2 pitch. Well, with Atkins playing way off third, should be able to get off the bag pretty quickly. Starting to creep down the line. De La Rosa is ready in the pitch. And LaRoche. Oh, what a stop by Todd Helton. He bobbles it. And De La Rosa beats LaRoche to the bag. And the Pirates are held scoreless again, stranding Craig Monroe. Rosa was over there quickly. That ball hit so hard, Adam couldn't get down the line.
I'm not sure Helton at first realized he had it. He had to actually take a peek in there and find it.
And this is hit hard. Helton comes up with it. De La Rosa covering, and he's out.
So De La Rosa leading off against Paul Maholm. And the strike call. De La Rosa flying out to center field, shallow left center field. Nate McLouth would make that catch.
It's 1 for 13 this year.
0.77 average.
Not much of a stick.
Well, but he's fortunate he's got a real good glove man on the right side of the infield, and Todd Helton. Otherwise, it'd be 1-0. Helton saved him a run. 1-2. Helton's been known to do that.
Yeah, he's obviously a great offensive player. All the things he has done in those categories. He can catch the ball for sure.
It's this one into the stands and back out onto the field of play. So third base umpire Tim Welke, the crew chief's going to go over there and make a new friend with Todd Helton. Has been the unquestioned leader of the Colorado Rockies team for the last several years. He is the elder statesman. In fact, the local press in Denver a few years ago, before the Rockies went to the World Series and were really struggling, bringing up a lot of guys from AAA, referred to the team as Todd and the Toddlers. Strike 3 called. De La Rosa is out. Well, the Penguins advance to the conference finals. Our experts break down the key matchups against the Hurricanes as the Pens march to the Cup continues. Join us for Spotlight Pens Face-Off Round 3 playoff preview presented by Trip Total Media Sunday night at 10 on FSN. Mellon Arena, we'll see more hockey. Evgeny Malkin has got his shades off. Brooks Orpik in front of him.
I was listening to some of the hockey talk today, and most everybody, I think, has the Penguins moving on in 6 games.
Some of the other guys there, Jordan Stahl,
They definitely made
contemplating.
They made a statement in Game 7, didn't they? Just blowing the Capitals out of their own building.
You know, it was surprising. They jumped on him quickly, and that's what you want to do when you're on the road in hockey. You want to get that quick jump, and Washington's goaltender Varlamov just never recovered, and he was chased for Jose Theodore. 1 ball, 1 strike. Dexter Fowler looks to bunt, and he can do it. Andy LaRoche careful down there at third base.
So important at Coors Field, isn't it, to have that speedy center fielder?
It was Willie Taveras. He's moved on to Cincinnati. Taveras probably has more infield base hits than anybody in recent memory.
They've always tried to go with the speed man there.
Foul ball at the plate, count 3-2.
What we were talking earlier, first inning, about Coors Field and that big outfield. You have to have some guys that can run. Play on that pasture.
Payoff pitch to Fowler. Just low ball 4, and that's something that Paul Mulholland did not want to do. Put Dexter Fowler aboard.
No, so if you showed him the lineup and said, which guy do you not want to walk? That's the first one would be Fowler.
Yeah, he has 10 stolen bases, had 5 in 1 game, tying the record for a rookie in the National League. Jeff Karstens didn't walk a man last night in 6 innings pitched. Ross Ohlendorf the night before in 6 innings did not walk a man. Zach Duke in 8 innings. In game 1 against St. Louis on Tuesday only walked 1. It's just the 2nd walk in the last 4 starts. Mulholland will step over there and take a look at Fowler. Coaching at first base, the Spider-Man, Glenn Allen Hill.
You know, it's not surprising. You talk about the lack of walks, that we've got good starting pitching because
there
of that.
Goes Fowler. They throw down to second, and he is out in plenty of time. He was guessing on Mulholland, and the putout goes caught stealing 1, 3, 6.
Yeah, he's going on the first move, trying to get that good jump, make it no contest.
3rd time Fowler's been caught stealing this season.
There he goes. He wasn't reading anything. He's just taking off as soon as that leg comes up. And even if he's coming to first base, Fowler's thinking, well, if I get a big enough jump, maybe I got a chance to beat the throw from LaRoche to Wilson.
It's a big out. 2 men around. Tulowitzki 2 for 2, a single and a double. He's also stolen a base. Takes in the dirt. Dexter Fowler breaks early.
Look at him move to the inside. He knows the throw is coming in. He tries to move to the end, make it a little tougher. Maybe that throw will catch him in the shoulder.
2-1 pitch, a swing and a miss. And you've got to take into consideration the fact that Adam LaRoche is a left-handed first baseman. He's able to make that throw. Right-handed first baseman will be throwing it at a whole different angle. A much more difficult play to make.
And when Adam comes off the bag, too, he's not just sitting there waiting for that ball to come to him. He's going to go right at Mulholland.
2-2, and Tulowitzki is down on strikes. And the Rockies are out of the inning. Paul Mulholland and the Bucks looking for some hits.
Barrel Automotive. Barrel.com. Definitely worth the click. And by Aflac. Aflac, we've got you under our wing.
Great night to be on the Riverwalk, or perhaps even in a boat, but better to be in the ballpark tonight. 79 degrees at game time. 72 last night. The weather has been just great on this homestand so far. Robinson Diaz leads off for the Pirates. Andy LaRoche and Jack Wilson to follow. Bottom of the fifth inning. Jorge De La Rosa still going for Colorado. And Diaz lines one into left field, a base hit.
Waited until the second pitch that time.
He's seen a grand total of 5 pitches in the game so far.
Yeah,
it's a high count.
That's normal for him. That's his style. He's going to go out there and look to rip right from the first pitch on. No messing around, and that's why I think that he's going to have to make an adjustment, because the pitchers, especially any kind of veteran pitchers, are going to see that right away. The scouting report's going to be out there, and they say, hey, don't throw him a strike early. You can't walk him.
Andy LaRoche 1 for 1. Trying to stretch a single into double was thrown out to win the second inning.
And I think about Diaz over at first base. Yes, he's a catcher, but he's not slow.
1-1.
He said he can hit a little bit, and he doesn't clog the bases once he gets on. Not a base stealer by any stretch of the imagination. I don't expect him to make a name for himself doing that, but when he's at first base and there's a ball hit out in the outfield somewhere, he can go from first to third.
1-2 to Andy LaRoche. LaRoche, we were talking about streaks earlier. He had a pretty nice streak for himself. 22 straight games where he reached base safely, either hit or walk or hit by pitch. He was a little stretch there where he was hit by a pitch in about 3 out of 4 games. He was a ball magnet in Milwaukee. Of course, there may have been other underlying circumstances as to why some guys were getting hit with pitches, and right there he gets sat down by Jorge De La Rosa. You can enjoy the Pirates all season from anywhere with MLB.com mobile services. Get text updates, watch videos, and even listen to games live right from your phone. Text SHOP to 65246. Standard message fees apply. Products are available from select carriers on select handsets. Jack Wilson with 1 out. Takes strike 1. Wilson hit a home run last time up that was brought back into the ballpark by left fielder Ryan Spilborghs. Ball might have made the second row down in left field, but Spilborghs went up and grabbed it and brought it back in.
Jack can't be too happy with that, because that's one of his goals this year. A lot of talk about getting stronger and changing his swing around so that he can drive the ball better. We talked about that a lot during spring training, that he wanted to become more of a home run threat. Not that he's going to hit 20 or anything like that, but I'm sure that Jack would like to, maybe get to double figures, maybe hit 10 by the end of the season.
Top down to third. Garrett Atkins throws out Wilson. Diaz safe at second. So go ahead run in scoring position with 2 outs for Paul Maholm. The pitcher will try to help his own cause. Let's check out tonight's Beaver County Automotive Farm Report. Here's some news from the minor leagues. 2007 12th round selection. Eric Huber currently is with the West Virginia Power. Last night, 2 home runs, 2 doubles, and a career high 7 runs.
Now that's a night right there, baby.
Whoa. Charleston. We went down to Charleston on the winter caravan. What a nice ballpark.
It is.
Got,
that's a great little ballpark.
Like it. Did you ever have a stint through there in the minors?
Yes, and it wasn't in that ballpark. As a visitor, I never played there as a home team, but as a visitor, I did play a few games there. The old train going across the right field fence.
Well, Steve Blass played there in 1974 with the Charleston Charlies, and his teammate was Cardinals manager Tony La Russa. 0-1 to Maholm. And the throw down to second base, and Diaz gets back. Tulowitzki came across the bag to make the catch. Otherwise, that might have been into center field.
A lot of stories in that old ballpark about home runs landing in the coal cars, ending up 500 miles away. A little bit of a tail on that throw, wasn't there?
Ball almost ended up 500 miles away.
Yeah.
So Mahalam, no balls, 2 strikes. He hit a rocket to the deepest part of the yard at Citi Field in New York over the weekend. His first home run since high school, and he swings and strikes out. 2 strikeouts in the inning, 6 in the game for Jorge De La Rosa. Game 3 this Sunday afternoon. It is Kids Day. Kids 14 and under get an Oliver Onion Build-A-Bear doll, courtesy of Mrs. T's and modeled by first baseman Adam LaRoche. Giant Eagle Fun Zone pregame on Federal Street. Kids get to run the bases post-game. 1-800-BUY-BUCKS for tickets. You can visit Pirates.com. Again, kids 14 and under getting an Oliver Onion Build-A-Bear.
Can Oliver be any slower?
I mean, Oliver, he's fading. But look at Cheese. Cheese Chester went wire to wire.
Well,
held off Hannah Jalapeno.
Hannah's got luggage to carry when she's racing. I mean, how do you run and carry luggage?
I don't know. That's. I think that's a competitive advantage for Cheese Chester.
Yes, it is.
And Oliver Onion, he is
way back.
Still in the on-deck circle. Here's Todd Helton hitting this one to deep center field. Nate McLouth with a bead on it on the track makes the catch quickly. 1 down in the Rockies' half of the 6th. 2009 Pirates baseball on FSN Pittsburgh is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Southwest Airlines has low fares with no hidden fees. Book now on Southwest.com, where what you see is what you pay. Garrett Atkins 0 for 2. His average down to 195. Takes strike 1. Atkins had similar numbers about 2 years ago to David Wright of the Mets. And David Wright, of course, playing in New York, got all the attention. In fact, Garrett Atkins probably had better numbers than Wright at one point. And Atkins playing in the forgotten time zone, the mountain time zone. So he didn't get the attention, but he ended up getting rewarded with a contract by the club. And he's over $7 million a season now. He went from $400,000 to $7 million in 1 year. And he hits this one down to shortstop from short left field. The plant, the throw, the out.
Well, the Rockies are not very happy, I'm sure, right now where they are in the standings. And fingers start to become pointed. And probably some of them pointing right now at Atkins. They need to have his numbers get back up there where they should be for them to really start winning the games they should. He's got to be one of the big reasons that they're struggling out of the chute.
Brad Hopp takes a healthy cut. 0-1 to count. Hopp has been a good player in right field, a good armed right fielder.
What was the feeling there that the year after the Rockies made that phenomenal run? What was it the next year? Was it a feeling of that was a fluke, or that they were going to be good for a while?
I think everybody thought they were going to be good for a while, and then about this time of the year they realized that they weren't going to be as good as they thought. But it took a miraculous run in 2007, one that we haven't seen the likes of before, to vault them into a position to play that extra day. They had the Padres come in, play that extra game, and they beat the Padres. And all the Padres had to do that year, Bob, was beat Milwaukee. And the ironic thing about it was that Tony Gwynn Jr. was the guy who had the hit that beat the Padres to send them to the extra game, which they would lose. And when Matt Holliday still hasn't touched home plate, that was the controversial call that sent the Rockies to the playoffs in 2007.
It was destiny.
2-2 to Brad Hopp. 2 down, top of the 6th. Way outside as Mahalam has been outside a couple of times in this at bat. What makes him throw the ball that much outside? Is it that shoulder flying open again?
Open, yeah. That'll drag that ball out there a lot. He was probably trying to go for a swing and a miss on a strike at it.
And he got him. Strike 3. So Paul Mahalam sits down Brad Hopp. Mahalam means business.
Of a 3-step lead.
On this week's Slippery Rock University Teaching You the Game segment, Pirate speedster Niger Morgan schools us in the art of base stealing.
You don't want to be squared up. You want to try to open it up a little bit. Not too much. You don't want to be like this, but just open it up.
You can catch the entire tip on Sunday's Pirates pregame show beginning at 1 o'clock right here on FSN Pittsburgh. Teaching you the game, Slippery Rock University.
Well, a picture's worth 1,000 words. I'd like to see Niger get down there and really show us something right now, how to lead off, steal a base.
And he tries to bunt his way on.
It'll work.
Garrett Atkins down his throat from third base. He's going to have to push it up first base side and hopefully beat it out.
But that 3-step lead he was taking there too on the video. That's getting off there a long ways.
0-1 pitch. Strike 2.
Wow, that's a change, huh?
Showing some
06, 07, 08.
Yeah. Good progress.
Yeah. It's a big difference.
No twos in the dirt.
We were talking a little bit last night, Tim, about the history here of trying to find somebody take that leadoff spot. Really, since we've moved into this ballpark, there's been a number of names that have gone out there that we thought, okay, this is going to be the guy, and it just hasn't worked out. Our fingers crossed again. That
Morgan just got rung up, Bob. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but a check swing that our replays will tell the story.
That's why I kept talking, because I didn't think there was any way
Tim Welke
this is going to be a strike.
Rings him up on this one. Did he cross the front edge of the plate? Ugh. That is really close.
Yeah, I was very surprised when I'm watching. I see this and I'm like, no, that's just going to be a ball. But we do have our fingers crossed that Niger is going to be able to do what he's doing now for the season and be that guy for us.
Sanchez to Varmus. 2 down. It's time for the Coors Light 6th inning and the Coors Light Freeze Can. Coors Light Freeze Can brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. Jack Wilson thought he had a home run, and Ryan Spilborgs rather said there'll be no spillage in my area. Brought it back in. It's our Coors Light Freeze Can.
Spillage is not a good thing,
especially when you're talking about Coors Light. Wasted drop. Nate McLouth takes one outside. 1 ball, no strikes. That was a great catch, though. Got to give him credit.
No difference in the game. Really, 2 pretty good defensive plays have saved De La Rosa. The catch that we just showing, and remember the Hilton stop, or Helton stop.
1-1. 2 balls and a strike to Nate.
Monroe had hit the double, went to third on the wild pitch, and LaRoche ripped one. Looked like it was headed to right field. Would have scored the first run of the game. Helton will come up with a nice grab.
There's one to right field. 2-out single for McLouth. And now Craig Monroe, who doubled his last time up, will come to the plate. McLouth got a good swing on this one.
Coming into the game, McLouth 1 for 3 off of De La Rosa. I was thinking about all those bad left-handed numbers. Everybody hitting, what is it, 115 off of De La Rosa. And looking at it, there's one guy, one lefty that can handle him. It's going to be McLouth.
McLouth, left-hander with a base hit. Adam LaRoche also with a base hit. But Monroe and Andy LaRoche, Robinson Diaz, right-handers. One of the other hits. 1-0 to Monroe. There goes McLouth. No throw, and Nate McLouth has stolen his 4th base. So the go-ahead run in scoring position now with 2 down.
Well, when Nate runs, he makes it. His success ratio is just phenomenal. He's so good at stealing bases. It's a part of his game that I just know is going to just blossom one of these days. When he was a part-time player, trying to do all the little extra things to be noticed, I mean, that was his game, was running, stealing bases. Last year, he tried to take care of his legs a little bit, becoming an everyday player again, like he was in the minor leagues. And now I think he's just trying to pick his spots and try to work the running game back into his offense.
So Monroe has a chance to drive in McLouth. A pitch. And he hits it to left field. McLouth is going to get waved around. Here comes the throw from Spilborgs. The play at the plate. McLouth is safe. And down to second on the throw is Monroe. 1-0 Pirates.
Monroe is pretty amazing. Yeah, he sits around. He doesn't get very many at bats. And he gets his shot. He's out there hitting cleanup tonight. And 2 for 3 and has the only RBI in the game. Pretty good throw from left field, right on the money, but McLeod just too fast. He's running all the way with 2 outs. Great jump off second. No contest.
Pretty good throw.
Strong throw. 1 hop right on target. And you know Monroe is always going hard. He's taking advantage of it. Putting himself in scoring position with that throw going into the plate.
Craig Monroe at second base. And 1-800-SAFE Auto reminds you that you're safe at home with Safe Auto, proudly sponsoring the Obadiah Cole Foundation for prostate cancer screening and awareness. Early detection is the cure. Rockies pitching coach Bob Apodaca had come out to visit with Jorge De La Rosa. And now Adam LaRoche ready at the plate. He's got an opportunity to drive in Monroe. 1 ball and no strikes to Adam LaRoche, who is 1 for 2.
So some pitchers get themselves in that little unlucky spot in the rotation. De La Rosa must be that guy for the Rockies. He's got a 3-something ERA coming into this game. He's bettered that, giving up just 1 run here in the 6th. And they have lost 5 of his 6 starts this year. And it's not looking too good for him tonight, as Paul is mowing him down. Almost every team, there's one guy that just doesn't seem to ever get the runs that he needs. If he pitches poorly, they score runs. He throws a good game, that the team doesn't score any.
1 ball, 1 strike to Adam LaRoche.
I think Snell is kind of in that slot right now on
the
Pirates.
He's been a hard luck loser in a number of those outings. Pitched well enough to win. 1-1. LaRoche now 1 ball, 2 strikes. Snell will pitch tomorrow against Aaron Cook. Cook, a sinker baller, gets a ton of ground ball outs. He and Brandon Webb of Arizona last year, the leaders in baseball in ground ball outs, well over 300 apiece.
Comes in handy.
Sure does.
Pitching in Denver.
1-2 to LaRoche. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Comes in handy pitching anywhere.
That's for sure. It always gives you that advantage because the double play is always getting you out of trouble. Sometimes I wonder why anybody ever throws a fastball any other way but with 2 seams.
Get some movement on it.
That movement, get those ground balls.
2-2 to LaRoche. Monroe the lead from second. Jorge De La Rosa into the stretch. 2-2 pitch. We'll re-cue it and do it again. Adam LaRoche has hit safely in 4 straight games. LaRoche, first man in Major League history to have a home run taken away by instant replay. An hour later, Ross Gload of Florida would have one taken away as well. In Milwaukee. Happened on the same night, never happened before. 2 guys within an hour of each other. The 2-2. Inside, full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes.
What was the Marlin?
Ross Gload.
Ross Gload. Be a trivia question I'm going to try and get Joe with.
Okay.
Who was the second guy?
And Gload went and hit a home run the next afternoon on Wednesday. I mean Thursday afternoon. Home run was taken away on Wednesday night. 3 ball, 2 strike pitch. And LaRoche strikes out. So Jorge De La Rosa picks up another strikeout. And Craig Monroe drives in Nate McLeod for the game's only run. It is 1-0 Pirates. the present to go fish the bottom of the Allegheny River.
Well, I don't understand. There's one laying right there. Why don't they get that one?
You did see that one laying on the top of the water, right?
He's
Dead fish. See it right out there?
It's not dead.
Is that one there?
He's just sunning himself a little bit.
Sunning himself at quarter to 9.
They can't take a lot of sun, so they do it at night.
Let's see. There's only one problem with that.
Okay.
There's no sun at night.
It's still out there. It's just on the other side.
You're not going to convince me. Spillboards with a swing and miss, strike 2.
There are no dead floating fish in the Allegheny River. We all know.
Not a single one?
None.
I've been told by a staff member here that he catches fish out there during the day. That might not be a fish. That's a piece of
paper.
Okay. New life for spillboards.
Almost always somebody out there fishing.
Yeah. Mulholland pitching with a 1-0 lead. An RBI single by Craig Monroe, driving in Nate McLeod. I think they're getting ready to chase down some home run balls tonight. There was one in there hit last night by St. Louis Colby Rasmus. Just the 25th ball to go in the Allegheny River. 18th player to do it. A 458-foot home run bounced off the river walk and in. This one is foul a long way down the right side. Well, into the 7th inning goes Paul Mulholland, and another quality start for the Pirates pitching staff. Jeff Karstens had one last night, suffered the loss, however. Pitch just inside and missed by that much.
I wanted that one. At this time of the game, too, you just put up the run to give you the lead, and you want that leadoff hitter bad.
This one right toward the middle. Freddie Sanchez gloves and throws out Spillboards.
Good defense positioning.
Let's check out our Verizon Wireless. The road ahead. Here are the Pirates' upcoming games and TV schedule. Tomorrow night, game 2 here on Saturday night. Sunday afternoon, and then we hit the road Monday through Thursday. A 4-game set in the nation's capital against the Washington Nationals. All the games right here on FSN.
Well, Freddie might have had a little help on that ground ball.
Did that get Paul Mulholland on the way by? Didn't look like it at first look, but
it must have done something because they're out there taking a look at him. Southwest Field cam will give us the shot. Oh, he stuck his bare hand in front of it. Don't ever do that.
I don't know if he did that intentionally or not, but the ball did clip his pitching hand.
Yeah. Well, he must be fine. He's going to stay out there and maybe toss a couple to prove to everybody that he's still got all 5 fingers.
Well, a lot of times when that ball's hit back to you, coming back so fast, you don't know. I mean, you're taught to swing your glove around, but sometimes you don't have time. You're just reacting to where the ball's hit.
Yeah, I've barehanded a number of balls, and none of them were like, where you thought about it. You just a reaction. You throw your hand up. Thank goodness I was never seriously hurt. I did have to leave the game one time because of a ball that I caught barehanded and busted a little blood vessel in there. And 10 minutes after I was out of the game, it was fine again. But you don't think about it. You just reach up and you do it.
Chris Iannetta.
And there's times it's kind of self-defense also. Just trying to get that ball off you.
Another double back in the 4th inning. 1-0 pitch. And this one's down to first. Just going to be foul. Do you ever have many of those where be a line shot right back at you and it ended up in your glove?
Yeah, I've caught a few of those. It doesn't happen very often.
Did you catch any of those?
Oh, looky there. Got a nice one.
Fish on.
Look at that. Big one. Yeah. Walleye. Big walleye, isn't it?
I think that's about a pound and a half. It's a catfish. Strike called on Iannetta.
That's trying to make our.
See what he's got. That looks like a catfish.
Yeah. That's a nice one.
Nice fish. I'm going my next day off.
Yeah. I know you'll be out there tonight after the game. Heck, you live a couple blocks away. There, hold that baby up. There we go. Trip over the rock.
Oh, that's not a catfish. Ball hit down to third base. And LaRoche will throw an Iannetta 2 away.
This is like 2 for 1. We got a ball game and a fishing show right at the same time. There we go.
Yeah, that looks like a bass or a walleye.
Really?
Yeah.
You know,
didn't have the big enough head to be a catfish.
You're the fish guy, so.
That's what they say on the shows all the time. Nice fish.
Well, I like the way you said fish on right away. I know you must have done that.
Clint Barmas, a swing and a miss. Matt Cap showed me some photos from spring training. He had a place right behind where he lives in spring training. And got some big bass there. Down to Sanchez. That does it. 1, 2, 3. Go the Rockies in the top of the 7th inning. 1-0. Pirates with the lead through 6.5 innings. Time for the 7th inning stretch, brought to you by our friends at Levin Furniture. Pirates with the lead. Nate McLouth scoring the game's lone run, driven in by Craig Monroe. Here's Robinson Diaz, Andy LaRoche, and Jack Wilson to face Jorge De La Rosa. Both starting pitchers. Into the 7th, Mahalam through 7. And now De La Rosa starts his half of the 7th. De La Rosa picked up for cash last April from Kansas City.
Nice little pickup. 10-8, I think, last year for the Rocks. Not bad for a bag of cash.
You always wonder how much that turns out to be.
Yeah. And I guarantee you, it's like a wire transfer or something. There's no way somebody took a bag of cash over to, down I-70 to Kansas City. Maybe they did. I don't know. What do you think? I'm
trying to remember. There was one cash transaction we talked about early in the season involving a player. And it escapes me, but Seattle was the other team, and one team sold him there for $1. Needed to get him back. They charged Seattle $1.25. Or Seattle charged him, got their quarterback. Diaz into the gap, and Robinson Diaz is going to try for 2. Throw to second. And the slide beats the throw.
He can run a little bit.
Leadoff double for Robinson Diaz.
Ball's cut off. It doesn't make it to the gap, but it doesn't matter to him. You know, and I like the fact, too, that he was a little patient. I think was that a 3-1 pitch that he hit?
It was. That's a deep count for Robinson Diaz.
Very deep. I might be the second or third time all year he's been in an account that had a 3 in it.
There's been in a couple that have had 3 strikes.
The count's over then.
But you're right. He's a grip it and rip it hitter. He gets up there, first ball he sees, he hits it. The time he waited. Oh, Andy LaRoche will try to bunt him over. Jack Wilson out on deck. They're going to give Jack a chance to drive him in. If Andy can successfully sacrifice Robinson Diaz over. Tony Beasley looking over to the dugout, getting the signs from John Russell on how to play this one now with an 0-1 count. Looking at where the defense is playing, there's a big hole on the left side if he can get it to the glove side of Atkins. If he puts anything on the hip, Tulowitzki won't get to it. He's almost on second base. He'll bunt this one foul for strike 2.
And Tulowitzki was pretty confident that he was bunting again. And if they would have crossed him up, let him swing, they had a huge hole. A little too fine with this bunt. Now you got to get it up on the grass. Very, very few of them when they start off on the dirt are going to hold that chalk line.
0-2 now to Andy LaRoche. See the defense for the Rockies and how they're playing him here with 2 strikes. Atkins is back a little bit at third. LaRoche swings, strikes out, ball is dropped, so Iannetta has to come out and throw him out. Saturday night, May 30th, the Pirates will take on the Houston Astros, and following the game, it's Sky Blast 1 featuring Zambelli fireworks. Also, one of the country's hottest new acts from the country music world, Zac Brown Band, live in concert. To get your tickets now, visit Pirates.com or call 1-800-BUY-BUCKS. Zac Brown Band, Sky Blast 1, Saturday night, May 30th, Pirates and Astros here at PNC Park. 1 out, Jack Wilson.
Delwyn Young out on the on-deck circuits. Mulholland's Knights through.
Jack robbed of a home run by Ryan Spilborghs in the 3rd inning and then grounded out to Garrett Atkins in the 5th. That's a tough way to be 0 for 2. And this one down to Atkins, but foul.
Yeah, he deserves one now. Just maybe a little jam shot, something like that, fall in. That would be a beautiful thing. Give Jack an RBI and get us an insurance run.
Tyler Yates loosening up. Hard throwing right-hander. Paul Mulholland, 7 innings tonight. No runs. Wilson takes inside 2 balls, 1 strike to Jack.
Paul definitely righted the ship. Got right back in the groove.
Wilson 2 out of 6 career against Jorge De La Rosa. Pirates shortstop waiting at the plate, and he swings for strike 2.
A little too soon that swing out in front of it. Ball's line, just that 1 walk that you were talking about earlier. It's been a hallmark this homestand for our starters. And not surprising, they're putting up good numbers. They don't walk anybody.
2-2. Strike 3. Strikeout number 9 for Jorge De La Rosa. It's the Home Depot doing more on defense as we take a look at Delwyn Young. And early this afternoon, Delwyn Young doing some more infield work at second base, working on his footwork around the bag. Delwyn Young, Pirates consider him an option at second base to back up Freddie Sanchez.
And they're working hard to make him into a second baseman. They obviously they love his bat.
And Russell doing some work with Barry Hill and Tony Beasley. Gary Varsho out there as well. That's the Home Depot doing more on defense.
Full court press there. The whole crew out.
So now with Delwyn Young coming to the plate for meeting at the mound, and Jorge De La Rosa will face the switch hitter. Young will bat right-handed. And the way the bench works out tonight, no pure right-handed hitters off the bench. Young and Jaramillo, the only right-handed options, they're switch hitters. Hinsky, Moss, and Vasquez, left-handers, still remain. So Robinson Diaz, a leadoff double. He's at second base. 2 outs. And Delwyn Young batting for the pitcher Paul Maholm swings and puts this one to the shortstop Troy Tulowitzki on the first pitch, and that ends that. So the Pirates will strand Robinson Diaz. We'll head to the 8th inning. 1-0 Bucks. Multiple pitches. Paul Maholm, very good tonight in 7 innings of work. And right there, caught stealing. Dexter Fowler started by Paul Maholm. And Paul Maholm starts and finishes the Aspen Dental plays that made you smile.
It is amazing how good starting pitching just makes everybody smile, doesn't it?
And think about it as we see Tyler Yates, but Maholm 7 innings. Jeff Karstens with 6 innings last night. Night before, Ross Ohlendorf with 6. 8 for Zach Duke on Tuesday. Go back to Sunday. Ian Snell had a 6-inning outing. So I mean, they've been getting quality starting pitching.
Oh, I know it makes managers smile. I mean, JR has to be thrilled with the fact that the starting pitching has come around so quickly this year after what they went through last season. And it sets the foundation, the tone for everything. And it's why that, despite the fact that we had a rough little stretch there for about 10 days, there's still a lot of good stuff going to happen this year. A team that is getting starts like we are going to win more than their share of ball games. That's just the way baseball is.
Pirates hope the bullpen can hold it. It'll be Yates with Grable warming up, and that'll be the bridge to Matt Capps in the 9th if they can hang on to the lead. Seth Smith, former quarterback at Ole Miss. And the pitch is a strike.
They could have a nice little flag football game there.
They could. They've got a quarterback for each side. The Rockies do. You got Helton, a former Tennessee quarterback, and Seth Smith, who played backup to Eli Manning. So both guys played backup to a Manning at their respective schools in the Southeastern Conference.
Tied that all up like a Christmas present. I like that.
He also struck out to end the 2007 World Series. Game 4. He was the last batter that Jonathan Papelbon of the Red Sox faced. Struck him out. 1-2 to Seth Smith. And Tyler Yates, the 1-2 pitch. On the ground, Sanchez dives, stops it. And will not get him, but he kept it from going into center field with Smith, the leadoff base hit.
You know, Freddie definitely's got that swing back. We've talked about that since spring training. You know, we think he may challenge for a batting title again this year, but one thing that we haven't talked that I think is very noticeable is his defense. The way he is playing at second base this season is just outstanding.
Might be going for a Gold Glove.
He doesn't make very many errors. The only knock on him is that, you know, his range is probably not like some second basemen, but he turns a double play extremely well, and he catches everything he gets to. Kind of super soft glove.
Dexter Fowler, switch hitter, now batting left-handed against the right-hander Tyler Yates. He takes the bat back and takes a strike. Well, it doesn't hurt you to try to bunt Fowler here because he's got a chance to get on with his speed, and if he doesn't, it's just a sacrifice, putting the tying run in scoring position. Yates ready on the hill, and will throw to first base to try to keep Seth Smith close.
A win-win situation when you're bunting Fowler, as long as he gets the bunt down. He will come out of it with something good happening, no matter what.
Fowler looking to bunt again. That's strike 2. Rich Dower coaching at third. Takes over for Mike Gallego, who'd been down there coaching third for a number of years for Colorado.
Andy's backed off at third. Definitely believing the bunt is now off. There's Tracy.
Bucks manager Jim Tracy, the bench coach for Colorado. First year in that post. Fowler squaring. Will try to bunt with 2 strikes. He lays it down. Diaz picks it up. Runs to first. It's off the mark. Nobody covering third. And a bonus for the Rockies as Smith not only gets second but takes third on the play. Everybody's safe.
I would say 9 times out of 10 when you have a regular up there that goes 2 strikes, the bunt is taken off. And Rockies can maybe crossing us up a little bit. Fowler squaring around early, definitely just a sacrifice bunt. But with his speed, he turns it into something else. Now, I think if Andy would have been playing in a little bit closer, he probably comes in and makes that play. If he would have got either the first or second try down when LaRoche was way in on the grass, he comes in, makes that play, and we got the out. But with 2 strikes, that made it very difficult.
It's going to be scored a base hit. They felt that Dexter Fowler would have beaten the errant throw anyway. And Adam LaRoche did what you're supposed to do, come off the bag and play the baseball. And he kept it from going into the outfield. But first and third with Fowler,
how do you
guy who can really run at first.
How do you account for the runner to go in to third base in that scoring?
That's a good question.
Good question. Is
there's a line drive to left center field. Here comes Morgan making the catch. Tagging and scoring is Seth Smith. Ball game tied. It's Troy Tulowitzki drives in the tying run on the top of the 8th. And they want an appeal at third base. And Jack Wilson steps on third. And they got it. Smith left early. He is out. And here comes Clint Hurdle to argue with Scott Barry, the home plate umpire.
Yeah, he's not going to win this argument. If he was arguing with the third base umpire, and then he's got a place to maybe make an appeal to, he can have a third base umpire ask the home plate umpire. He had a better view of it. What did he see? But there's not much of an argument here. If the home plate umpire says we're going to see a great shot of it right here. Couldn't quite tell.
Well, it looked like Smith got back to the bag, but may have left early before the catch. He definitely touched the bag, but we can't see when the catch was made. And Tyler Yates is going to be done as John Russell comes to get him. And with the left-hander Todd Helton coming up, the Pirates will bring out the left-hander John Graybo. Our Columbia Gas 811 call to the pen has been made. We'll tell you about the new pitcher when we come back and take another look at that appeal play as well.
Had a very tough job of coming in and getting out one of the game's best, and John's been scuffling along himself of late during that losing streak. His ERA climbed up there into the high fives. He would like to have a nice clean last out. Do away with Helton.
Todd Helton looks at a strike.
John's control, not necessarily control walking a lot of people, but control in the strike zone type control has not been the way he's liked it.
1,998 career base hits for Helton. And he hits this one to left field. Nyjer Morgan waits. Graybo does the job. Helton is out. And the Pirates are protecting that 1-0 lead.
No hidden fees. Book now at Southwest.com, where what you see is what you pay.
Great look at the buttress of the bridge across the way. Berto Clemente Bridge, just outside PNC Park. Time to call the insurance company here in the 8th inning, as Nyjer Morgan will lead off, followed by Freddie Sanchez and Nate McLeod. Let's go back to the play where Seth Smith was called out on an appeal play. Take a look at the split screen here. You be the judge. Is he off the bag early?
Well, there's an easy answer watching that. No, he did not leave early. The Pirates caught a break there with the call of Scott.
And Morgan down the left field line just fine.
Scott Berry, the home plate umpire. He made the call, and there's nothing you can argue. You can't go to video like you can on a home run. So you turn the page, and now, as you said, Tim, it's time to get us some insurance.
0-1 to Morgan, inside 1-1.
Top the lineup up.
Well, Alan Embry, a journeyman, veteran guy. He's been known to be tough on left-handers. The 1-1 coming to Nyjer Morgan. 1-2. Alan Embry, 39 years old. Out of Vancouver, Washington. Here's a guy with a few gym bags. 1-2 pitch. Played with Cleveland, Atlanta, Arizona, San Francisco, the White Sox, the Padres, the Red Sox, the Yankees, and Oakland. And now the Rockies.
Every team has one. Dennis Reyes just left yesterday. A lefty that's pitched with everybody.
1-2 to Nyjer. He lays off that one, and the count even at 2-2. Well, Morgan has struck out twice and flied out. Last night he did what the leadoff batter's supposed to do. He was 2 for 2 with 2 walks. Reached all 4 times. Never came around to score, however. Going to change that here in the bottom of the 8th. Pitch. Lays off it again on the count full 3-2. Alan Embry looks in at the catcher Chris Iannetta. And here comes the payoff pitch to Nyjer Morgan. Outside, ball 4. Leadoff man is aboard in the 8th. Let's go back again and give you another look. Watch the foot of Seth Smith and exactly when Nyjer Morgan makes the catch. Did he leave early? It's just another angle for you.
No, he didn't. But Scott Berry said he did. And that's what we're going with right now. It's still a 1-0 ball game.
Nyjer Morgan at first. Freddie Sanchez at the plate. Freddie without a hit, 0 for 3, struck out twice. Embry stepped off and Nyjer Morgan froze over there at first base. Didn't move.
Got that big 3-step lead.
3-step lead, and then when you break, it should take you about 11 steps before you start your slide. And over the first.
I'm going to count him as he takes off here.
Yeah, you do that. Nyjer might take 12, considering how much he overslides the base.
He might take 10 because he goes in head first.
Again to first base. So Nyjer Morgan has Alan Embry's attention. Morgan with 9 stolen bases. He has been caught 5 times. Part of the reason is he goes on first move on left-handers. Sometimes he anticipates the move and takes off before the flinch. Pitch to Sanchez, and that's high and away. Does it affect you when you know you have a speed surround and a tight ball game late? Does it affect the way you approach the hitter when you're paying so much attention to the base runner?
Yeah, I believe it does. You try to be much quicker to the plate. I think it would affect a left-hander a little bit more because, I mean, he's getting right in his face. He's looking at him. But you try to be quick to the plate. And I always thought, well, later on anyway, I figured this out, that the best defense is to go right at the hitter and try to get 2 quick strikes.
One 0 pitch. There goes Morgan. Pitch is a strike, and Morgan in without a throw.
I think he took 11 steps. I think he did.
And did you notice the way he slid this time? Feet first.
And he knew there was no throw. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, kind of a little bit of a stutter step. I'm going to give it 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Very good, Tim.
Well, it's not my first game yet.
I thought you were making that up.
1-1 to Sanchez. And Freddie hits this one down to Tulowitzki. That's going to freeze Morgan at second base. And there's one out.
Tulowitzki's got kind of a little smoothness about him.
Tell you what, he's got perhaps the best arm of any shortstop in baseball. You see him throw from the hole. We have not seen it in this game, and maybe we'll get a chance to see it during the course of the series. Pirates probably hope not, because he throws more guys out from the hole than anybody in baseball.
Big man for a shortstop. Got some size to him. Play that position.
He and Evan Longoria at one point were in the same infield at Long Beach State. How good was that team?
Probably went to Omaha.
They did. Pitches a ball to Nate McLouth. Longoria's younger than Tulowitzki. He had to play second base, I believe. He played some third and he played some second while Tulowitzki was there. And at Long Beach State, they're not called the 49ers like the rest of the athletic teams. They're called the Dirtbags. That's the official name they've adopted for their baseball team. 2-0 to Nate McLouth. So in Southern California, when you talk about being a dirtbag, that's not a bad thing. At least in Long Beach.
I've been to Long Beach. I can see that name.
McLouth hitting .368 with runners in scoring position. Manager Morgan representing an insurance run. One out in the 2-0 delivery. 3 balls and no strikes now to Nate McLouth. McLouth has scored the game's only run. Singled with 2 outs in the 6th inning and was driven in by Craig Monroe. Three balls, no strikes. Alan Embry ready on the hill. And Nate, green light, 3-0, popped it up. Tulowitzki will retire McLouth, and they are now 2 away. That's one Nate probably wishes he had back.
I'm sure he does. Now a little strategy question here. What are they going to do with Embry and Monroe? See if 3-0 count. Yeah, that's a nice pitch to hit 3-0.
Clint Hurdle doesn't appear poised to come out of the dugout to get him.
They're going to put him on.
Create the force and let him face LaRoche. Another lefty. So they'll walk Monroe here. Monroe has driven in 11 runs in his last 7 starts for the Pirates.
11 runs. Let's see, what is it? 40 at bats.
Chris Iannetta waiting for the fourth wide one. And Monroe will take his place down at first base. 2 men are on with 2 outs. Fans, we'd like you to support the Pittsburgh Fallen Heroes and thank everyone that protection serves to make us safer. Visit FSNinsider.com today to order your Fallen Heroes t-shirt. All proceeds are evenly distributed between the Heroes families. Chris Iannetta giving the defensive signs now. First and second. 2 outs, 1-0 Pirates. Adam LaRoche singled in the second inning. 0 for 2 since. 1 for 3 on the night. And a good opportunity with 2 down. He swings and misses. Interestingly enough, with all of those teams that Alan Embry has played for that we rattled off for you this inning, you'd think that Adam LaRoche might have come across him once. This is the first time LaRoche has faced Embry in his career. Oh, 1 ripped foul. And now behind in the count. Adam 0-2.
Adam LaRoche is exactly the kind of hitter that Embry has made a living in coming in and pitching against. So it's kind of odd that they wouldn't have at least one matchup. Embry has jumped out ahead. He's got a couple shots at strikeout pitches now. Anything near the strike zone is just going to be a mistake.
0-2 missed inside.
He'll try and miss again with this pitch. He wants it to be a little closer than that, though. He's looking for a swing, but swing at his pitch.
Runners lead from first and second. Embry stretching the 1-2. That one's going to make the seats.
Got a little bit more of the plate than he probably wanted to on that one.
Paul Maholm, 7 strong innings tonight.
Boy, he must have really took a sigh of relief when Scott Berry, the home plate umpire, put up the out sign on that appeal. Took him from a no decision to a possible win.
Paul benefited. 1-2 pitch coming to LaRoche. And he hits this one to left center field and fairly deep. Spilborgh's going back, and he makes an unbelievable over-the-shoulder running catch. Spilborgh's flashing leather out there tonight, taking an insurance run away from the Pirates. Ryan Spilborgh's tip of the cap. Top of the 9th coming up, and Matt Capps coming on. Mountains turn blue. Your beer is as cold as the Rockies. Frost-brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. Bob Walk, Tim Neverett back here at PNC Park. Top of the 9th inning, and the big bull rider Matt Capps is on to try to earn his 7th save.
Ready to go. He came busting through that gate. Ran his 48 steps to the infield.
You counted it.
No, it's just I know that's how many it is. It's 48. Jog in.
Be out there measuring tomorrow. So Matt Capps will face Garrett Atkins, Brad Hopp, and Ryan Spilborghs. 4, 5, and 6.
That week off really did Matt well.
He'll be a pinch hitter for Garrett Atkins. Ian Stewart, who has been hitting very well for the Rockies. Left-handed hitter to replace Atkins, who has really struggled at the beginning of the year. 0 for 3 for Atkins. His average down around 190 now. Stewart at 203.
As everybody knows by now, Matt bothered with a little irritation in the elbow a little over a week ago. And they set him down for about a week, and he came back and was throwing very well.
Stewart hits this one a long way down the left field line. Long run for Niger Morgan, and Morgan's going to watch it bounce into the seats for a ground rule double. And the tying run is in scoring position for Brad Hopp.
Fastball outside corner and just went with it. And there's one of the negatives of playing way over in that gap is you can't quite get to those balls. Now Morgan, with the great speed that he has, still nowhere close to being able to catch up with that. So it pays dividends sometimes and works the other way sometimes.
Well, now Capps has his work cut out for him. 8th hit for the Rockies tonight against Pirates pitching. Brad Hopp 0 for 3, struck out looking his last time up in the 6th. Hopp takes outside.
His goal right now is to get out in front of something, pull it on the ground. And Capps knows that. And he's going to try and use that knowledge to counteract what Hopp's doing. If you know a hitter is up there setting dead pole, trying to move the runner over, you can start him off slow breaking balls, kind of down and in, and let him rip a couple foul, get ahead of him with 2 strikes. Now that's the kind of stuff I mean by using it against him, knowing that he's a little over anxious, trying to pull you.
Capps a long pause. Now the 1-1. This one is hit deep to right center field. On the run is Nate McLeod. He looks up. It's gone. A 2-run home run for Brad Hopp. His 6th home run of the season. And the Rockies have taken a 2-1 lead.
Well, I'm convinced he's just trying to get out in front of one and pull. And got a fastball and pulled it over the Heinz sign. Now that's a little case of Matt Capps missing a spot also. He's trying to throw that ball inside corner. CD is set up and the ball runs back across. Look where the glove is. That's right down the middle, belt high.
Ryan Spilborghs takes a strike on the outside corner.
Matt throws the ball hard, but he's not that overpowering hard where he's just blowing guys down with velocity. And when they're geared up to hit the fastball, he's got to stay out of the middle of the plate. That 92, 93 is not quick enough to pitch in the middle of that plate.
A 2-1 to Spilborghs. Fouled off.
Came off the knob of the bat, I think.
Well, this one didn't. This one came off the barrel and hard. Put that one up in the bushes.
Hoffman's got a bigger leg kick than most pitchers.
This one to left field. Niger Morgan on the run. He's going to watch it bounce in. 3 straight hits And the lead gone off Matt Capps here in the ninth.
Here's some boos out there, and that's probably most of them upset with Capps. But maybe a couple toward Niger there. But Niger is not going to catch that ball because he's trying to take away the gap, take away those extra base hits.
John Russell ordering up another reliever. And the bullpen scrambling for the Pirates now. Houston Street is up and throwing for the Rockies. So nobody out, top of the ninth. A 2-run home run by Brad Hopp has put Colorado in front. They trailed until that moment 1-0.
Sean Burnett, the left-hander in the pen. Jesse Chavez also getting up.
Now Capps, a foot race, and he gets Iannetta. Iannetta didn't like the way that Capps tagged him, and he's looking back at him. Got him right in the rib cage. Iannetta took exception to it.
He is hot. I didn't see anything out of the ordinary. I mean, Capps is going off to get the ball. There's nobody there. He's got to take it himself. Yeah, maybe got a little enthusiastic there right at the end.
Spielborg's at second now.
Capps Iannetta's not happy. Well, I guarantee you Capps isn't happy. You got to expect a pitcher to kind of give you a little bit of an extra effort at that tag in a situation like this that Capps is in. Kind of gives him a little push right there at the end. See how he extended his arms?
Iannetta says, "Hi, how are you?"
Yeah.
Good to see you again. This is Clint Barnes following the ball back into the screen. 1 ball, 1 strike to the Rockies' second baseman.
Well, I like that about that. I like to see the guys in the game and emotions going. It means both teams are playing for keeps.
Well, it's unfortunate for Paul Maholm. He deserved a better fate. He'll end up with a no decision.
Pitched to Dandy tonight. Gave up no runs.
1-1 pitch.
Well, I think I'm going to have to look at his game log here.
What are you looking for?
I thought there was another game where he didn't give up any runs and got a no decision, but I'm wrong. Not uncommon that I'm wrong, but.
This one to shallow center field. Long run for Nate McLouth. Makes the catch he thought about trying to double off Spielborgs. Spielborg's able to get back. So 2 men are out, and Matt Merton will hit for Alan Embry in a long run.
Might have had a shot there. Southwest Field Cam was giving us a good look at how far off Spielborgs was.
For the Pirates in the bottom of the ninth inning, Robinson Diaz, Andy LaRoche, and Jack Wilson due up. And they'll face right-hander Houston Street. Street will try to earn himself a save. So Merton swings and fouls this one back.
If the Rockies end up winning this ball game, they got to give an MVP nod to Spielborgs.
Well, he took a home run away from Jack Wilson.
And then a couple of insurance runs in their last inning.
From Adam LaRoche, who looked like he had him beat. Oh, 1 to Merton. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 runs on 10 hits for Colorado. 1 run, 7 hits for the Rockies. Last night, only a run on 12 hits. Stranded a lot of base runners, trying to change that. First 2 games of the homestand, they didn't have any problem with stranding base runners, beating St. Louis twice. 1-1. And this one is to left field. That's going to get a run around. Spielborgs will score easily in an RBI pinch hit single with 2 outs in the ninth. For Matt Merton, it is 3-1.
And I think JR has maybe seen enough. He started to come out of the dugout and then stopped. Now he's backing back down. There you see the replay of the base hit. No chance or anything at the plate. Niger had to come too far toward the line. Yeah, I saw John Russell take a few steps up the walk. I thought he was going to go get him, and then talked to Joe a little bit and went back down.
Matt Capps with a blown save. He's on the hook right now. Pirates will have the bottom of the ninth to try to get him out of it. Dexter Fowler calls time. And Matt Capps just left a couple of pitches up tonight. There goes the runner, Merton. The throw down by Diaz is not in time. Stolen base.
Yeah, good throw by Diaz, right on the bag. Good velocity. I think that was off of Capps. Capps has that big leg kick. He takes a little while to get rid of the ball. Stole on him.
First steal of the year for Merton. 0-1. Pitch was a strike to Fowler. And he swings through the next one. Strike 2. Pirates get to that 4th position in the order, which would be number 9. You'll probably see the Brandon Moss or Eric Hinsky, a left-handed hitter, hitting in that pitcher spot. 0-2 pitch. And this one is a broken bat looper out of the infield. It's got to be trouble. That'll be a base hit. But the throw is over to LaRoche, and they've got Merton hung up. Diaz going to run him down. So base hit for Dexter Fowler. Merton, the base running error, ends the inning, and Matt Capps. A tough inning for him as he gives up 3 runs in the top of the 9th. Last wraps for the Pirates when we come back. Today in Miami. Ramirez lives in that area of Florida. Went to see his teammates and apologize there. World champion Phillies visited the White House. They're leading Washington right now, by the way, by 2 runs in the 7th. Carlos Delgado heading to the DL. Probably about a week too late for the Pirates. Chris Carpenter extended bullpen session today. He might return next week. And when Carpenter started the year, he looked very, very good, like the old Chris Carpenter. Tomorrow on Inside Pirates Baseball, see the new clubhouse fashion trend that Adam LaRoche has set. Plus, a bit of advice Matt Capps always gets before he takes the hill. Inside Pirates Baseball, driven by your Western Pennsylvania Chevy dealers and Geico. Tomorrow night at 6 here on FSN. She wants a couple of runs right now, at least 2.
Well, let's get to that ninth spot you were talking about.
We got to get through the first three here first.
Well, then we got to get
7, 8, 9.
We'll get somebody on, and then whether it's Moss or Henske, doesn't matter. Either one of them definitely has the ability to tie it up with one swing.
Houston Street, 17th appearance. Pitched a scoreless ninth inning yesterday against Houston. He has pitched 8 straight scoreless innings, hasn't allowed a run in May, and Robinson Diaz trying to change it, but he takes a strike.
Just a couple of saves away from career 100.
98 right now. Acquired from Oakland in the offseason. Part of the Matt Holliday deal. He sent Holliday to the Bay Area. Just 25 years of age, Houston Street. And already he's got 4 full years of Major League service, so he came up at a very young age. 0-2 to Robinson Diaz. 2 for 3 tonight for the Pirate catcher.
He had just 21 games in the minor leagues before he made his Major League debut with the A's.
Strike 3 is called. So Vasquez will be the first pinch hitter off the bench. Putting a left-handed bat in there for the right-handed hitter, Andy LaRoche.
Kind of odd seeing Diaz go down on strikes looking.
He's normally not at the plate that long.
No, and for him to take a strike, much less a strike 3, I understand that one.
First pitch to Vasquez. Outside.
I know Vasquez is only hitting 179 right now, but I always get that comfortable feeling when he is up there. He's going to give you that good at bat. Get wood on the ball. Knows the strike zone too. He'll take a walk if it's available to him, and that's exactly what we're looking for right now. Any way to get that tying run to the plate. Any way he can get on base, it doesn't make much difference how it's accomplished.
1-1 pitch. Vasquez reaches or Wilson reaches. We'll get to that 9th spot. I think that probably have to go with Brandon Moss. He's been hot lately. He's been the hottest of the hitters that are remaining on the bench. I've got to get there first. And Hinske's got the helmet on. See, what do I know?
That looks like it's going to be Henske. He's got the helmet on, and he's already got 1 foot up on the steps going up to the on deck circle.
Strike is called. Hinske's 0 for 6 in his career against Houston Street. Moss is 1 for 1. Vasquez 0 for 1, by the way, against Street. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Houston Street delivers. 3-2. Vasquez trying to come through and become a base runner, bring the tying run to the plate. Street's payoff pitch is swung on and missed. Strike 3. Get a piece of it. Either way, he strikes out. And it's up to Jack Wilson to keep the inning going.
Ball took off. A little bit of a sailor. A 3/4 arm delivery. I'll put that sideways spin on the ball. It's 92 upstairs, and it's going to take off and move away from the left-hand hitter.
Wilson takes strike 1.
Movement can be a wonderful thing if you can control it.
Wilson 0 for 3. Trying to get a knock here in the 9th. One ball, 1 strike. Wilson was robbed of a home run back in the 3rd inning by Ryan Spilborghs, and that could have been the difference in the game at the time. That could have changed the complexion of this game entirely. Spilborgh's brought the ball right back into the ballpark. 2-1 on Jack. Paul Maholm, a nice night, but will have nothing to do with the outcome. He held the Rockies scoreless over 7 innings. And Jack ahead of the count, 3 balls, 1 strike.
Didn't catch that ball very well, did he?
Trying to bring it back a little bit much. And Wilson will take a strike and the count full again.
Another thing that shot showing there was excellent movement on Street's fastball.
Payoff pitch coming to Wilson. And he strikes out, and the Rockies come from behind and break the hearts of the Pirates tonight. Paul Maholm.
Well, he deserved a better fate tonight.
He certainly did. He deserved a victory tonight, and the Pirates just unable to come through. Alan Embry gets his first win. Houston Street the save, and Matt Capps